all. It's Jeff here. So tonight, I want to do something a little special. As some of you may know, now this is right now where I'm at is Columbus Day. So that's the day we're supposed to celebrate Columbus. So I have a few things prepared here to help celebrate. One of them is a poem by Howard, Robert E. Howard. He wrote the the Barbarian series, but he also did some poetry and stuff. And this is one of his poems. It's called "The One Black Stain." Now this poem is about Francis Drake, not Columbus or anything, but it's in the genre of all that. So anyway, now there's a lot to it, and like Magellan. And Magellan's mentioned. Yeah, so like Magellan, Francis Drake, Christopher Columbus. In my view, were gray leaders incarnated as humans. Now they do that in human form. They do that sometimes. And I'd like to go into that a little bit, but that'll be afterwards, alright? But yeah, so Francis Drake, if you ask me, gray, so is Magellan, and I'll go into a little bit after this, but I just want to have fun and enjoy Columbus Day. Yeah. So anyway, forward. The One Black Stain. They carried him out on the barren sand, where the rebel captains died, where the grim, gray, rotting gibbets stand, as Magellan reared them on the strand, and the gulls that haunt the lonesome land wail to the lonely tide. Drake faced them all like a lion at bay, with his lion head upflung. Dare ye my word of law defy, to say this traitor shall not die? And his captains dared not meet him in his eye, but each man held his tongue. Solomon Kane stood forth alone, grim man of sober face. Worthy of death he may well be, but the trial ye held was mockery. You hid your spite in a travesty, where justice hid her face. More of the man had ye been on deck, your sword to cleanly draw, and forthright fury from his sheath, and openly cleave him to the teeth, rather than slink and hide beneath a hollow word of law. Hell rose in the eyes of Francis Drake. Puritan knave, swore he, headsman, give him the axe instead. He shall strike off yon traitor's head. Solomon folded his arms and said, darkly and somberly, I am no slave for your butcher's work. Bind him with triple strands, Drake roared, and the men obeyed, hesitantly as if afraid. But Cain moved not as they took his blade and pinioned his iron hands. They bent the doomed man over to his knees, the man who was to die. They saw his lips and a strange smile bend. One last long look they saw him send at Drake, his judge, and his one-time friend, who dared not meet him in the eye. The axe flashed silver in the sun. A red arc slashed the sand. A voice cried out as the head fell clear, and the watchers flinched in sudden fear, though 'twas but a sea-bird wheeling near above the lonely strand. This be every traitor's end, Drake cried, and yet again. Slowly his captains turned and went, and the admiral's stare was elsewhere bent than where the cold scorn with anger blent in the eyes of Solomon Kane. Night fell on the crawling waves. The admiral's door was closed. Solomon lay in the stenching hold, his irons clashed as the ship rolled, and his guard, grown weary and overbold, lay down his pipe and dozed. He woke with a hand at his corded throat, that gripped him like a vice. Trembling he yielded up the key, and the somber Puritan stood free. his cold eyes gleaming murderously with the wrath that is slow to rise. Unseen to the admiral's door went Solomon Kane from the guard. Through the night and silence of the ship, the guard's keen dagger in his grip. No man of the dull crew saw him slip through the door unbarred. Drake at the table sat alone, his face sunk in his hands. He looked up as from sleeping, but his eyes were blank with weeping, as if he saw not, creeping, death's swiftly flowing sands. He reached no hand for gun or blade to halt the hand of Cain, or even seemed to hear or see, lost in black mists of memory, love turned to hate and treachery, and bitter cankering pain. A moment Solomon Kane stood there, the dagger poised before, as a condor stoops over a bird, and Francis Drake spoke not nor stirred, and Kane went forth without a word, and closed the cabin door. Yeah, that's the one black stain. Yeah. So here, let me fix this here. There we go. There we go. Okay, sweet. Yeah, so anyway, it's Columbus Day, and yeah, so Columbus and Drake and Magellan were great leaders. So if you ask me, um, so I made a special dish, and now this is a recipe that I made. I made this recipe myself. It's just more like an hors d'oeuvre dish. But yeah, it's called Sailor's Heart, and I made some tonight, and it's a very special Sailor's Heart. Here it is. It's not. It's just sort of the way you do it. This is Sailor's Heart. See if I can show it to you there. Yep, I made Sailor's Heart. See this right here. That's jam. Yeah, but it's like an exotic jam. So yeah, I mean, you can use blackberry jam or whatever. But this one is an exotic jam. If you get exotic fruits to go with it, it's the idea, like dragon fruit or something. Now I got dragon fruit, but it was rotten. So whatever. Anyway, I have lemons here as well. Now I try to have vitamin C every day, and I have not had my vitamin C today. Lemons are something they would use um, to get their vitamin C on long voyages. Yeah, it's so long now. This is gonna be hard to chew, so I might eat it after I'm done. Not real hard to chew. And the lemon though is very bitter. And see, there's a whole bunch of lemon wedges. Got 3 lemons, and I cut them up and peeled them. Very bitter though, very bitter. You put a little jam with it. I got mulberry jam. It's not one you find like out in the store usually. I have to order it online. I never actually had mulberries before. No, one poem. Round and round the mulberry bush. Monkey chased the weasel. Monkey thought it was all good fun. Pop goes the weasel. Yeah. The original recipe for Sailor's Heart called for mulberry, but I could never find it. So I ordered some online. So now I know what a mulberry is. Oh, but yeah, wow. It looks like a heart. When I use it, it's usually, it looks like a heart. Whatever. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, it's Columbus Day, right? So celebrate Columbus. But there's some people who say, oh, you shouldn't celebrate Columbus because he killed a lot of indigenous people, on his voyages, you know. Yeah, he did, and I mean the eradication was very like they were trying to get rid of the bloodline. It was very very intense actually, and there's it's really weird because there's blood effects. Now I mean the people there's some descendants of the Taino still living. See, but here's the weird thing. If you ask other indigenous people, I mean, there's an effect where it's like, no, those are all dead, those are all eradicated. There's no such thing as Taino. Like, what tribe are you from? It's Taino. But that's not a thing. But somehow they know inside of them, a lot of them report, is that they say that they just know that they're Taino. And so it's passed down and whatnot. Passed down. But yeah, so it's really interesting because it's like, um, it's not supposed to be a thing that they still survive. Because it was thought that they went extinct. But yeah, no, they're still alive. But yeah, so Columbus would have been the great titled end. So this one's the historical Yeshua. That'd be the same one. Amen. Historical Yeshua. Speechless. That one. Yeah. The historical one. Anyway. So that one incarnated later on as Columbus. And a part of it was to there's more to it, but I mean, anyway. Yeah, so they did slaughter indigenous people and eradicate things, and so I guess I'll celebrate the day by making Santa's heart. I think that's rather appropriate, yes? Yeah, anyway, so, anyway, whatever. Well, just whatever, alright? Then, so anyway, Magellan, though, Magellan's interesting as well. So Magellan supposedly made the trip around the world for the first time, indicating that the world is actually round, or like more like a sphere that goes all the way around, not flat. Um, so I guess though, but it's a gray though. It's a gray if you ask me. And by the looks of it, yeah, it is. So I mean, what that would kind of suck if a gray got that discovery, and humans never actually discovered that themselves. But fortunately, for history, Magellan died in an island somewhere in the Southeast Asia, like the Philippines or something, somewhere around there, and there's like a tribe, and so Magellan met with this tribal leader guy, and they were like, okay, we'll follow you and help you out, but can you take care? Because this tribe that Magellan contacted, this tribe had a rival tribe that they were at war with, and so the tribal leader asked for Magellan's help taking care of the other tribe, and they'd offer Magellan any assistance. And so, but then there was a blood oath taken between Magellan and the tribal leader. This should probably mean that Magellan tried to take the mind of the tribal leader, probably as his own self. So is what that. So, but yeah, because the blood thing there's a thing they do that gray blood. There's a thing they do. So I don't know, but that's what it looks like. Anyway, so whatever. Either way, I'm pretty sure Magellan was also a gray leader, and yeah, they slaughtered a lot of people along the way, and so it's interesting though because Magellan died down there, And so the people who made it back to complete Magellan's voyage were actually human beings. So good, yay. Anyway, and Francis Drake, yeah, all that. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they had different historical figures, of course, deities, things like that. Yeah. Anyway, so I just wanted to celebrate Columbus Day by having some Sarah's Heart. It's just my style. The mulberries are actually very good. Anyway, I'll spare you all. But have a good time or life, doing whatever you want to do, everyone. And Halloween's coming up, so I have some ideas um, here and now, here and then for Halloween. So anyway, I think that well, okay, no, I'm done. I'm done. I'm good on this. Yeah, this is for yeah. That. So thanks for watching. Bye.